All right, I am super excited about right now. I'm going to be going over a training or basically documenting the process of looking at the spreadsheet for the weekly report form and seeing who has done what and what is the process that I go through when I'm looking for this, and using the project board on Notion to be able to manage the projects and the people that are involved here, and how to communicate with them week by week. So every Thursday we fill out this report form, and so I have not reviewed everyone yet, but I am going to. So first thing that I do, I like to use the bookmarks up here, and in order to organize stuff real quick. Like, I have form responses, and I just go to weekly report form, click it, and boom, it's there. Makes it very easy to navigate and find. Another thing that I do is, a lot of times this thing is like all short up there. This has all the answers. So one thing, I've been trying to find a good way to view everything, so I find that if I drop down I can see more. And another thing that I do, so I don't like having to scroll down all the way to the very bottom. Like, there's 98 submissions and it's growing since we started implementing this. So the first thing I do is I go up to I look for the timestamp column. I go to A and I right click timestamp and I go to sort Z to A. Boom. And then based on when they submit it is when everything gets shifted to the top. So now I have everything that's the most recent on top. When I just right click the column, I go sort sheet Z to A, and it makes it more simple. Another thing that I like to do is, I don't like looking at these where they're so small. So a lot of times I highlight everything. I go to this top left corner, it's in between the first row and the letter A column. I click that little box and it highlights the entire spreadsheet, all the thousands and infinite spreadsheets down below. And then I go to formats, I drop down to text wrapping, and I go to wrap, and then it makes everything bigger. That way I can read it all just at a glance when I'm like skimming through, if I want to do it that way. But I'm trying a slightly different format, so I'm going to go to, what is it, overflow? I'm going to go overflow. We're going to see if that makes a difference. Clip. No, I'm going to go clip. I'm going to clip everything. So we're going to see if that makes a difference with how things are. So the last thing, I look at the date down here in the bottom right corner, look at the calendar, see the last Thursday we submitted every Thursday, that was September 3rd. So I'm going to look for September 3rd, and which is Susie right here, quotables. Alright. So what I do is I select 15 or just a timestamp, and then I'm going to use the bottom right corner of my keyboard where I have the left and right arrows, and it makes it a lot easier to navigate because I'm all on one. I don't get lost on the columns in the row that I'm on. I know that if I just stay to using the left arrow, it moves left, and then if I move the right arrow, it moves right. So it's all going to be about Susie. I just do one at a time, and it makes it very simple. Matter of fact, this thing, number one, I want to be able to read the whole question, so I'm going to go to text wrapping and I'm going to go wrap. So I do want that whole question there. But everything else, I'm just going to clip it. So, Susie, what have you accomplished this week? She did 10 quotables. Okay. And in my mind, I really don't know what that means. Well, I mean, I kind of do because I know who she is, but that probably means copywriting or wordsmithing quotables. It would be more ideal if she said that specifically when she fills out the report form, that she tells me what phase of the quotables she's doing from the livecast. And then here it says, what do you intend to work on next week? Is a livecast summary, Bible reading, quoting content. I don't know if Kamran's mentioned to her that he wants to change the livecast summary is going to be after the livecast or not. So I'm seeing there could be potential for miscommunication. I don't know. Then that very well could mean that after the livecast the summary is going to go forward. So that's fine. She wants to work on Bible readings. That's something that Tina's working on, quoting content. So that's she's going to be quoting content for the livecast. She's looking at her livecast responsibilities. It's good. Is there anything you need help with? She doesn't have any suggestions. That's unfortunate. Bible reading by Sunday. What are any deadlines at risk of being missed? So she asked she asked the Bible reading messenger group if someone could do that. Tina said she would, and Tina and I kind of finished that this week. So that's covered. And yesterday was the deadline. So that's fine. What are your measurable key results for this week? 10 quotables, 1 Bible reading. So that's good. She's on point. She knows what a measurable key result is. I like that. So that's Susie. There's nothing really that I have to share with her regarding, except for maybe I could ask Tina to ask Susie. Could you let Susie know that when she says, like, what have you accomplished, she said 10 quotables. Quotables could be like quoting the content, wordsmithing the content, or designing the quotables, or what that means. To be more specific, like what specifically she was doing with that. That would be great. Thank you. And then Nikki, she does the descriptions in the newsletter. She's been doing that every. You see how it's clipped? It says description newsletter and then S. Well, I'm actually reading up here. This is how I'm checking things out. But you got to make sure to click here, and then you can use the arrows, and then you just read up here for when people have a lot to say. So she says she's doing the descriptions. She means on YouTube descriptions. I asked her to help with podcasts, and we'll see how that goes. She's scheduling YouTube channels videos now. It's something we talked about. Praise the Lord, because YouTube stopped scheduling videos, I guess. And is there anything you need help with? Do you have any questions? She said just sending out the newsletter. She had questions last week. If I drop down to Nikki, she says ClickFunnels duplicates the same picture after I uploaded it for another section. It could be a little frustrating, but somehow I'm able to replace the pictures and get it out of newsletter. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go over, and I'm asking, like, who can do that? Not how to fix it, but who. And who knows more about ClickFunnels and duplicating newsletter and stuff, and that's Kamran. So I'm going to go over to the project board. I'm going to hit Control P and type in project board. I'm going to go look for Kamran. Oh, I just so happen to be on his view, so that makes it simple. Ready to start. Get the ClickFunnels email situation figured out. Something or rather. This is a similar task. It's not exactly the same thing, but email addresses. I'm skimming through his things to do that he's focusing on, so I can. Hey, wow, this is kind of cool. Figure out what to do with transaction emails so our emails actually get sent out. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Get together with the funnel team. This is good. It's helping me. This is another way to see the report too, to see what is on his agenda, see how I can help assist him. Update weekly report form. What was that? Oh yeah, that was. I asked him to add a question there. That would be nice to do soon. I'm just gonna do this. Oh, newsletter subscribe squeeze page. I don't really know what that's about. Email situated. I'm gonna go over here, and I don't really have to like add @ because it has his name on it, so he's going to get notified, and that really simplifies it for me. So I'll say Nikki said this on the 8/20. Where is she? 27. 8/27/20 weekly report form. You were able to fix because on the September 3rd report form she also is asking help with the newsletter still. Were you able to find out what she was doing that is causing the duplication to take place? So I'm just asking some questions to see how that's happening. is there any way possible you could have her hop on a screen record or screen share on Discord with you, or she could record a video of reproducing her problem? This seems like a good thing to have fixed. Here we go. He's going to get those notifications. That's going to be good. So I'm going to go back up here. Number 3. So that's Nikki. She doesn't have any. What are measurable key results for this week? She says completion of the newsletter. That's good. But as far as scheduling newsletters go, I mean, this is something that would be good for the YouTube team leader to be doing, but that's why we're doing team leader bootcamp, so we can train some more people. I'm going to look for Nikki, and I'm going to ask her on her view and see. Write descriptions of new day live videos, improvements on newsletter, watch this video. Okay. Oh, this is all out of order. Completed, procrastinate on purpose. Restart, concentrate. Whoops. Needs review. Ongoing new projects. Okay, ready to start. We'll put her responsibilities schedule. YouTube videos. So I'll have our conversation here. I was looking at your MKRs on the weekly report form. I'm glad you are working towards the newsletter. You have been doing very good at keeping that consistent. Praise the Lord. I'm wondering, what do you see could be a reasonable, measurable key result for how many YouTube videos we can publish a day? No, a week. Personal goal would be to have about 5 to 7 videos a day published on YouTube, but I don't think we are there yet with our micro content and team. What do you see is a reasonable goal you'd be able to commit to each week? Commit to scheduling each week. There you go. Once we choose a weekly schedule, then it would be a matter of batch scheduling out in advance the different videos that we will be publishing. Kim has somewhere the type of videos that want to make public and some videos don't want to make public. I will tag her to this. Wait, I will assign her to this card also. Wait, to this page also. This project page also, so we can discuss it together. assign Kim to this thing. Decide how many videos a week to schedule to YouTube. Whoa. What I like to do for titling these, I title these project pages whenever I open them with a very specific and clear action, an action that can be done. Like originally it was like schedule videos on YouTube. Like that's ongoing. We don't want ongoing responsibilities on or like revolving tasks on our project board. We want specific tasks that can be marked as done. Otherwise it clutters up the project board. The project board is not for taking notes. It's not for keeping track of like all of our responsibilities like a job description of ongoing revolving tasks. This is for specific projects that you can say to do, doing, done. And when they're done, they're getting moved to the different sections. So this is one action, deciding how many videos a week to schedule to YouTube. Done. That's it. We can see, I know Kim's really busy, so I don't know when she's going to check Notion, but we'll see. How many videos do you think is reasonable for us to schedule a week? So asking her that, and that's good. And then I really like this report form. It's helping us stay focused on who I need to speak to. So this is like what I was saying, when people start saying a lot of stuff here, it's easy to read up at the top left corner on the report form. So is there anything that I need help with? I need help with writing descriptions for podcasts, talk to Nikki, email marketing, that's a mess. Copywriting, need help with copywriting, for funnels especially, for the leadership table and the small group funnels, and we really need some copywriting from folks there. Creating worksheets, need some help with that. Organizing the team leader bootcamp, that's my biggest priority in life right now, is this team leader bootcamp curriculum, getting that together, and I really need to move that project forward. I'm feeling a little stuck, but I need to communicate more and involve people and help them to see that. So developing teams, posting on social media, I'm praying about more help with that, and writing microblogs. So those are my prayer requests. And my suggestions that everybody takes the team leader boot camp. Everybody needs to go through that. It is really powerful and helpful, and with the curriculum it's just going to get better and better, the 2.0. So Leah put this on twice, so I'm going to try to see what the difference is. So that's the same thing. Actually, everything she did is the same. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to delete one of these because it doesn't need to be there. It's the same stuff. Delete the row. Boom. Usually you don't want to delete entries, but that was just cluttered. So what have you accomplished this week? She accomplished some slides. She led a small group, praise the Lord, and she helped 2 people get on board. Awesome. I wonder what 2 people they were. I kind of wish I could comment on here, but she's not going to see it. So completing the slide presentation. See, she thinks that the slide. Okay. This is what to intend to work on next. So next we got to complete the slide presentation. We got to do that this week. Yes. Is there anything you need help with? No. Boy, she's ready to go. What are your measurable key results? Overview, systems, reviewed. Now that is not a measurable key results. She's confused on what a measurable key result is, so I don't blame her for being confused in that regard. It's just my failure in communicating with her. And I don't know. I honestly don't know, Diana, what the measurable key result would be for Leah. I mean, she has some people who come on, but they don't come on consistently. Could be getting them through the checklist.
Yeah, that's a hard one to call, really.
Yeah.
But we do need to have something that we can share with her, because it's hard for her to know what her goals are. If measurable key results, if we don't have them kind of lined up for her ahead of time, Key results is, I think, percentage of how many people want 2 out of 10 people that are needing to be onboarded. That gives an idea how many people are still left.
Oh
Key
yeah,
result.
you're right. So, being completed. Yes, so number of onboarding overview checklists being completed. That's really good. That seems pretty solid. So writing down and also reporting how many are left. So reporting how many people are left and how many people have been finalized. Because there's a difference between progress and completion.
Are we able to help her by when you're filling that information, you're putting that on her board, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna type it right here and then I'll copy and paste it on her board.
Okay.
That's good. I really appreciate that. I'm guessing that was of the onboarding overview system.
Baxter, get over here.
Want to share
Sorry.
that this is not actually a measurable key result. A measurable key result is measurable, meaning it has a number attached to it that we can quantify. Okay, here is a good example of a MKR that you could have for your, you could report on your weekly form. I'm so glad we're finally we're kind of buttoning up and finalizing some of these. This weekly report form is super helpful, and the more, this is a resource that we can maximize, and as we're maximizing this weekly report form and making sure that everybody understands more clearly how they contribute and what numbers they contribute to, then it helps a lot for us, for managing people. That's very good. Forms specific to your role. Number of onboarding overview checklists being completed, number of new recruits who have gone, who your team, that's Diana, you team leaders has complete. How many people are left for you to report? No, for you, for the onboarding team to finalize. There's a difference between progress and completion. Question 1 is talking about. Well, I don't know if I need to really explain that to her. That's good. Any suggestions you have for, well, I can give her another example. Another example is slides. slides is another example of an MKR. Could be you finished 3 teaching points on the slides, or you completed all the full verse slides. Or say if you have about 30 more placement slides to be finished, that works. It'd be good to state here. Definitely do not have to slides left, but any measurable update could be helpful, even if it's an estimate. Okay, any suggestions you have for, any steps on the checklist, the onboarding overview, the onboarding overview system checklist. Any steps on the onboarding overview system checklist that you are stuck with or unable to move forward? A particular person like Deborah or David are waiting on someone to give them the quote card designing checklist, then this would be a good place to let us know also. Under question 3, is there anything you need help with? Thank you so much for filling out these report forms. They are tremendously helpful. Alright, so I got what I wanted to say to her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to her project board. I'm going to click on view. I'm going to look down for, what's her name? Leah. L view. And then I'm going to go, boy, she's got some stuff. Got a lot of stuff. She needs review.
I think that's why we definitely have to have this video on the project board, so we can train people how to use and how to declutter and how to organize. I think there has to be a good way of doing that so that people can navigate better and check things by date, not necessarily like how, all the stuff that's on the board or something.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed a lot of boards are like that. They're just so full, people don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So I'm going to be reaching out to Angela again, too, because that's the meeting we're supposed to have Wednesday afternoon, I believe, is to go over the project board. So I'm going to find out where she's at with it, if she's learned a bunch that she can share, or because she's a system we talked about,
yeah,
and she's a curriculum person. So I'm going to see how far she has learned how much she's learned about the project board, and maybe she even knows some more shortcuts or different ways of organizing it or something.
Yes. That sounds great. I just got rid of all my spaces. There you go. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with, because I'm glad you guys are tackling that problem, because that sounds very helpful.
Well, and I think that we're having classes where we're actually working on things together is really what's going to change a lot for everybody.
Yeah.
than just being independent and just kind of trying to navigate on their own all the time. I think if we're doing stuff together, we'll all learn faster because we'll all be seeing different things that work. Because everybody picks up on things easier than other people do. And as you're seeing somebody do it, it's like, oh, I've been doing it this way, and it's been taking me forever, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I know what you mean. Live. Okay, so Tina has live cast slides. So I got 10 more to go. She's got the slides, small group, catching up from camp meeting, and scripture song. She finished scripture song. Praise the Lord. Live cast slides, go through the boot camp training, work on slide design team, figure out our vision and the different roles we need to fill for the team. Yes.
I'm gonna do the quote card team.
You're gonna do the quote card team now? Okay,
Yeah.
good, cool. Yeah, I think all hands on deck, it would probably help out more. That's our monthly action. That's good. God gives us more clarity. So need help. Enoch review the Bible reading. Did that. Not that I can think of. Okay, measurable key results. She didn't know what to put. So, yeah.
That one's kind of hard for her to put because her hands are in so many hats. I mean, she's wearing so many hats. It would be hard for her to actually decide what would be her measurable key results without having a couple of paragraphs, I would believe.
It's okay to have a couple paragraphs.
Okay.
Like you can see mine are, I've got a lot, my hands are in a lot of things. I just use numbered lists.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so yours is communication with April, Rebecca, and others. That's very good. Glad April's moving forward. She had a window of opportunity in California. I think it's almost up to work with us, and then she's going back to Kentucky. So the live cast and 2 discovery calls. Good. Meeting with Angela and Jennifer scheduled for bookkeeping system for project board. Awesome. Also, I told you Anel is interested in participating with the finance team or bookkeeping or something. He's going to school for accounting.
He did.
Yeah.
He texted me and said it's a he, right?
Yes.
Yes. And he's interested. He's in school right now, and he has to be, as soon as he's finishing up, he wants to be involved with that bookkeeping, right? Okay.
No.
Oh.
No, I think he wants to get involved right now. He's already volunteering, and he's a small group leader.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just
He
asked
wants
him
to
what
right
he
now.
wanted to do afterwards. Like, it's like, what are your plans after school? But he wants to serve the Lord, and he's involved in ministry, media ministry, posting stuff on Instagram, and he just wants to get plugged more into the Army of Youth. He really enjoys his work with us.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Then let's.
it's a great opportunity while he's going to school to to be gaining practical, actual experience using his talents in ministry even before he graduates.
Okay. Well, I'm having a meeting. I think it's on Thursday with Jennifer,
Okay.
and we're supposed to. I've invited her and Neri, so we can. I think we need to just have like a, where we're watching. Like have her do a specific. I'm going to text her ahead of time to do a specific. What her
Processes, what her system is for
not just for process and systems, because we recorded that one day, which I don't think it really recorded enough of what she really does, but what we could do is see what she's going to be working on and show us when she decides how she decides what is pertinent that needs to be taking place and what she does per month, because she has a lot of different avenues that she can go down on that page on her on the QuickBooks thing. And so what we need to do is find out, we want to meet once a week so we can start being trained a little bit at what we're doing. It should be a lot faster than I think what she was showing us the other day was just a rough overview, which is not good enough. It needs to be broken down where we actually do the steps.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that long of a thing, because I used to do it for our company. I used to do all the banking systems. So, but it wasn't. I mean, it was pretty simple. It was a system.
That's good.
I think she was given such a big overview that it might have been, it's just too broad.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. I'm glad to hear that. I know that our accounting needs some serious tender love and care and attention, and that sounds important. Praise the Lord. Okay, that's good. So your goal is to have the live cast buttoned up. Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of things on the checklist that was not.
All of them are not checked off. I sent messages. I don't know. I'm hearing an echo. Anyway, I sent messages on people's board because we said we're trying not to use the messenger as much. So I sent them to the boards, and I was hoping you would look at it and see if you felt like I did it right, because it says checklist. It says September live cast checklist, and I sent one to you, Cameron and Tina, and I was hoping to see what you guys have completed so I can mark them up on my list. I thought that was I'm trying to find a system that's going to work a lot faster than not using the messenger.
Diana, your project board has a whole bunch of stuff on it that's not yours.
Well, I don't know how I said I need help.
You have it assigned to what's me, but you gotta type in Diana. No wonder.
What do you mean? Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm probably doing it all wrong because I'm thinking, man, my board is crazy. I don't know.
That's funny. Well, I got it now.
Well, you had it, when I came on there earlier, it was done by people's names. Like there was Tina, there was you, there was each person, and I was like, I said Diana View, and then I thought, that's interesting.
No, that's because the filter is what determines what shows up and what doesn't. That's what I just fixed. You had it where it says me, but me is not a person. You have to say Diana.
Well, I didn't even know I had it as me, to be honest with you. I didn't know what the me was.
Yeah, I don't know what me is, too. I've never seen it. But that's why you had everybody else's stuff on it, too.
Oh. So why would it have... I don't understand.
So these live casts here, you've got it organized. You have it grouped by team. So that's good. So some of these, like you got repurposing livecast checklists. You want to make sure that these things have they have the word September in them. Because if you don't put September in them, it's going to be confusing.
I think the ones that I did had that September. Okay, that's one.
Wait, this says September live. This says livecast September checklist.
That's the one I made last night. That's the one I was telling you I made last night.
Oh, how?
I don't know if it's right or wrong, or if this is how you do it. I'm not sure. This is my first time ever making this, and I thought I made it on the project board.
It is.
I actually like a template. I wanted it to be a template so I can use it every month and just change the September to the next month.
Okay. Well, the template is in the System Hub and it's already created. You don't have to create that.
You got one for a checklist? I mean, not mine. Okay, I'm confused.
So, it says.
I know there's one on the project board. I noticed there is a live cast checklist, but I didn't want one that was just that has all of the information on for the whole
month.
The whole team thing. I just wanted to be able to send team members their whole thing so that I can keep an eye on it, so I can look at it at a glance to see if it's complete.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying, but what you have to do is if you're going to send them to the team, you have to take this like you have before, and you have to take it and like you have to take it and you have to create a new one.
For each one of those?
Yeah, for each person. and
No, I did. I made
assign
one for
them.
each person. I made one for Tina, and I made one separate for you, and I made one totally separate for Kamran.
Yeah,
Totally.
but you got a checklist of all these different steps. That's
Those are the ones that had your name next to it, like the one, like
I
if you go
understand
back to
that,
the one.
but those
Oh,
things have to be done. You've got a lot of different things on here, um, and it's kind of overwhelming. You got 82 different
it
things on
is.
here.
I want to take all those off, but I have to make sure that this thing that I just did was right before I take anything off because I
Okay,
need you to check it because I don't have anybody to help me.
makes sense. So the one thing that you have on here, you got September Livecast overview on here twice, and you only need one.
Well, there might be a reason.
That's what it looks
Why
like.
don't I have my org chart? I don't know.
This this looks kind of promising. Uh, this is the one that I updated recently. Yesterday. It says yesterday at 10 p.m. I updated this.
So that was another question I was going to ask you. How can I filter by dates and times? Because I would like to see what comes in daily, not when I look at this board, I'm looking at 1,000 trillion things. It'd be easier for me to have a toggle where I can look at the date, like what came in today. So I know if something came in today that I need to look at instead of having to scroll through every single solitary thing I have every single solitary day. It's too
Um,
complicated. I mean, I
so,
can do it, but it takes hours to just scroll through this and keep re-looking at everything. It's crazy.
so what you can do is, let me think, group by days? Well, oh, you can go to properties and you could type in created time or last edited time. You could do last edited time, some of the most recent stuff. There you go. And you can create a sort that says, well, this is title. You got title ascending and descending. That's kind of confusing. So last
Well, all
edited.
the to me.
So if you want, you can make the most recently changed things to go at top. Like there we go, I just did that. So now you have the date for everything. Everything that was most recently touched or changed is at the top of all these lists.
Oh, that's 10 times better. This way I know what's relevant and what's not. Because some of it I don't know, and it takes time to go through it. And I need the ones like right now, not the ones from a couple weeks ago. Like I need the new ones now, today. You know, the things I need to work on today. You know, like
Yeah.
instead of trying to go through it all, trying to figure out what is, you know, when and where and why, and it just helps. Okay,
So
so
at a
those were the last.
glance, if you go to these properties, you go to the three dots, you go to properties, you can kind of see which ones.
Oh, and see, I didn't know what those were. When I thought if I hit those, I would change all the properties on the main screen. So I thought, oh, I can't touch those because if I did, then I'll wipe out the team or I'll wipe out. I didn't know what that was, so I didn't touch those because I'm like, oh, I can't afford to because those are all the same things that are on the top of the title of each page. Title, assignment, team, you know, all that is on the top of the pages. I thought that would wipe them out, so I didn't touch them.
Okay, so what I did here is I just saw the pink concentrate are the things that you should focus on, or other people are focusing on, but um, time management. This looks like oh, so you got notes here. Those would be better to put in your personal notes.
Yeah, I heard you saying on the last when you were looking at something you were talking about a minute ago. You're like, oh yeah, it's a project where people put their notes on it, and we should not put our notes on there. I thought, oh, I've been putting notes on mine because I didn't know where to put them at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, so I have my personal page that we set up, and I thought, I wonder how I would set up notes in that area. Just says one that says notes, I guess, and then just keep pages inside the notes, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what you
Okay.
do. You create this,
Okay.
and like I have my personal home, and my personal home looks like this, and then I have personal notes, and I just go to personal notes, and then um, I've just got a list of notes that I take. I have different
Okay. Just organize them. Okay.
yeah, I got a link to where I viewed it and categories. I have business, ministry, council, leadership, financial, sales, social media, just some different things that I researched. And I even have it if I reviewed the notes.
This is the picture, right?
Yeah, that's a picture Mom wanted. And so I just the things that I was learning and researching, I just open it. So I got like some notes on
Russell?
yeah, let's do traffic secrets from Russell. And I just have my notes on there. And so that's where I take the
Oh,
notes from.
okay. That'll make a difference. Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to get where I use it, so that's why I was asking, because I'm like, oh, I'm still trying to navigate, and so I'm like, okay, and I've been trying a bunch of different things, and I'm like, I'm not sure what's working, what's not, if people are even getting what I'm sending them.
I
I'm
get
like,
what you
how do
send
I
me.
know?
Yeah, I get what you send me. And I read it
Okay.
and I respond. I don't know if you're getting what I send you, because I don't know. Do you click on these notifications here and read them?
I haven't, because I thought the other day when I was like, oh, you just said, don't touch that yet, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
And so I didn't, and I'm thinking, I don't know when to touch it.
Oh, you touch it whenever I'm not trying to show you something, or I'm in the middle of showing you something.
Oh, okay, got you. And you get my notes at the at, like when I'm on
Yes.
project. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, anytime you say at a person, they for sure will get your comment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I sent a bunch of those out. So now today, I sent those all out last night. I worked till late for me, and so I sent out all these messages to different people on their project board, and I did the at sign, for
Yeah.
the comment. So how would I find those without having to go through all my entire list on the face of the planet to figure out what I sent them, what I didn't send them? How would I check it at a glance to know if they've commented or if they've not commented?
Well, you go up here in this. Looks like someone
Yeah.
joined us. Let me see. Oh, I don't know who Time Ghost is, but you go up to the all updates. You follow
Okay.
the red, and it says your inbox, and then on here
Oh,
it tells you like this blue dot.
oh,
This blue, see the blue dot right there? It shows that it's new.
yeah. Oh,
And then so what's
Oh,
new
okay.
is I commented to Susie, and then Francis said I'll be looking at it. So I see that. So this is like your inbox in your emails. Instead of emails, you have comments. So when I've read it, I'm gonna hit X. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna archive this notification. I don't want it cluttering up my emails. So then I see you saying, or not my emails, but my inbox. It says, reach out to Rebecca and Angela. Will reach out to Leah and Chatal. So that was commented to reach out to our team leaders so we can start the monthly challenge on time. It's like, okay. Chatal's not joining the monthly challenge, but yeah, Rebecca, that's good. So those people are good. I saw your message. I'm going to archive it. I got that. There's nothing really for me to respond to. These are really helpful. I have gotten these. You showed me. They're helpful for me to read because I'm getting updates. I appreciate that. So this is where they show up. These are the things that Tina added from the weekly the weekly debriefing, and so that's for me to do, and she put me on here, but well, anyways, go through the report form and communicate with people on the project board. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. So I can click on this. This is a link because it makes my mouse turn into a little finger that moves. So then under this status, it's not ready to start, it's completed. That's what I'm doing right now. Done. Good to go. But honestly, I'm just going to delete this one. So
what do you do when two people are working on the same project? Like me and Leah, we're working on onboarding.
Uh-huh.
Well, when she sends me over the list, on mine, number 3 is the discovery call. So I've been making an extra page on mine so I know that who I've called and who I haven't called,
Yeah.
and who I've reached out to, who I haven't reached out to. I've been trying to take notes. But I can't ever, even after I finish their discovery call, I can't really, on hers, write off completed because it still has things that she's working on with them.
No. The overview system, it's just like the live cast. These are not designed for you to mark off as complete until they're all done. The overview system, you create a new page for the onboarding. So, like, you have an onboarding call. Let me go to, oh, you got discovery call April. This right here. this says complete, so it's done. So
Those are the ones I had to make extra. I mean, I had to make those up.
wait,
And-
priority. Why does that say complete? Did you type that?
Because I made them up.
Okay, I'm gonna delete that
And
because
that was just my discovery call only.
okay, I'm gonna
And
delete
it
that
wasn't-
because this is priority, which is low, high, or very high priority. What you're looking for is status. Status is completed. Done.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, okay.
what you're talking about with this onboarding, this discovery call, that's good. This is exactly how you want to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, see, and then I'm going to go over to April. I'm going to type in April's name, and I'm going to look for her onboarding overview system. So there's April's onboarding overview system. And you did good with conducting the discovery call, but I'm going to actually replace that. This doesn't need to be there. I'm going to hit back. I'm going to hit control @ symbol, and I'm going to paste this. So that's what you named it. It's right there. Done. Okay. Now it's
Well,
linked.
I don't understand. Okay.
So when I click this, it's going to take me. I held
That's just
control.
delete.
It's going to take me
Okay.
straight to April.
Okay.
Does that make
I
sense?
see. Yeah, so you copied it, and then you went to the board and you unclicked discovery call, and then you just pasted it inside there?
No, yes, close. I deleted that was already there. Like all these are generic checklists. Each, well, almost all of them. Like for the Lifecast calendar, any overview system, every overview system, like these are generally supposed to be like all pages of themselves for project. This isn't, we don't
Right.
necessarily want to link, and this is a problem that, or an area that I haven't figured out exactly how to fix, but as like a project manager, if this is me running this overview system, I would replace it. And so I'm going to link to this page, not this generic system from the System Hub. I'm going to link the actual notes that you took from April. So you type in @ symbol, and then it searches, then you can type. It says type to mention a person, page, or date. So I'm going to type in April, and which if you copy and paste, it'll take you straight there. So I'm going to scroll down, and it says April's discovery call right there. Done. So it's linked.
Okay.
And then you can mark it off on Leah's. Does that make sense? But this is still...
Yeah, I'm gonna try that today on the other ones, because
Awesome.
I have 2 discovery calls to make. So,
Okay. Cool.
okay.
So that's what I would do on there. But yeah, for your board, you kind of did that for quite a few of these. Well, actually, you did do it for quite a few of these, but yeah, thank you. So you have 2 Livecast overview systems. You have one with me and you have one with a bunch of other people. This has no comments, and it doesn't really have anything done. I think this is a duplicate, so I'm going to delete this.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be there. Just cluttering up your project board. So, the September. So basically, we would do the same thing with this. This is the one you and I are working on. I checked off some of these. See, I left you a message. I left you a message right here, and my message will show up in your red notifications in the top left corner where it says all updates. So
Okay.
that's how you read
You
my...
must have said that last night, because it was not last night, I only had the one checked off, and that was the top one for you to do the live cast.
Well,
And,
it could have been the one that I just deleted too.
okay. Could be, probably. And the thing about it is I've talked to different people, and they said different things are done, but I thought, you know what, I don't want to just have it hearsay. I want to make sure that I have it on paper that it's done so that I can check it off. That's why I was sending out all those things to Tina and to you and to Cameron. But you said that doesn't work that way, right? Because they need to be individual. Every one of those steps need to be an individual page. Is that correct?
Yeah, like if you look at Kamran's, I'm gonna go over to Kamran's
That's too
view.
hard for me. I can't do that, because that means I'm going to be looking at like 1,500 pages.
No,
I'm like, dude,
no.
how am I going to go
You-
through that many pages?
You're not looking at 1,500 pages. It doesn't do that at all. Look, there's only a few steps here, and these are the steps that are done. That's why it's like you're not trying to do all of these at once. You do it just in time, not just in case.
So when,
If you got these 5 that are ready to go, like all on step 4. Let's just get them out there, and as they're getting checked, just focus on the number, everything with number 4. That's like all we got to focus on right now, and make sure that those are going out.
Okay.
And as we get through
So,
that, then we got daily
it
live
doesn't-
cast. Then just focus
it
on
doesn't work.
6. Go ahead.
Easier for them to have a project thing on their project board for everything that they're working on for the month. They can just see it right at hand on one page instead of having to pull up, like Tina, she has, I think, 7 of those that I had to do for her, or Comrade, I'm not sure, one of them had a lot of them. So I'd have to do an individual page for each one of those tasks. Is that correct?
Well, that would be overwhelming to have all those things up there.
That's what I'm saying. So if I can't do it the way that I've been doing it, that's the only way I hear you saying to do it, is to do it in an individual page for every single solitary task.
No, what I'm saying is it would be overwhelming to have all this stuff in the future. Just give it just in time. It helps them to stay focused on what they need right now. So as a project manager, there's only these 4 things. Everything with the number 4 needs to be on there. That's not going to clutter up their project board. It gives them 1 thing per person. And this,
I don't understand.
So-
That's over my head.
no.
Tell you why. Yeah.
Look at this though. You have the livecast overview checklist, and
Mhm.
there is one. The only thing that could be done is rehearse a livecast. That's me, and
understand.
record the scripture song and transcribe it. That's it. That's the only thing that could be done. And
I
that,
understand.
and so when that's done, they can mark it off, and instantly you know when it's done. And then
Okay,
You-
so are you saying that to just send one of these boards to each one of those people? Is that what you're saying, that each one of the people should get this whole checklist?
No.
Does everybody?
no, not at all. No, that's overwhelming.
Okay, then I don't understand what you're saying at all.
What you did to Kamran is perfect.
Yeah.
So when you look at Kamran's board, you see here, he has on here to create and schedule the email reminders. But with that, you want to say September livecast. You just want to add that to the name so it's very clear. So here he has on here update members area. That's good. You're giving people like having something that they can say, hey, this is done. So they move it over to create it, to complete it, and it's done. And they like that stuff. So summaries. See, Kamran did this even without you. I don't think you did this. I think Kamran did that for himself. Because this is what people want. This is how people want to work.
Mm,
Does that make sense?
Mm.
I mean, this is perfect
Okay,
right here.
I see what you're saying. So I do need to make an individual page for each one of those tasks. Like the first week would be the number ones, and send those all out to everybody to make sure that they know what's responsible for them, and then they can move it to that completed when they're completed.
Yeah, when it's completed, you know. You know it's completed.
How do I know? How do I know?
This is how. So when you go here, like he's got the summary. So since
Mhm.
Kamran has a summary on there, you just delete that and you type in summary. And you can see, or Kamran. Oh, you know what he's had on there? He had September livecast. Hold on. At Control V, and then says summaries. There we go.
So you're
It's
so you're
linked.
saying that I need to go look at every one of their project boards, but
No.
if I'm sending that to them, I've assigned it to me also. So I would have to keep track
No.
on my project board for each individual one that I send them.
Honestly, sister, the only thing that you have to do is keep track of this one overview checklist, and you are good to go. That's it. You can follow up with them here. The moment you create that summary on here, it's linked. Did you see how I linked it? So now from this,
Yeah, I saw you did that, but what I'm saying is, so I need to go back to messaging them then, and saying, hey, did this get complete, so I can come over here and check it off myself.
no,
Is that correct?
no, because it's connected, it's linked here. You hold control, you click, and then it takes you directly to his thing, and you don't have to navigate to any project board or go through any complicated steps. You see right here, it says status. It's ready to start, meaning it's not done. When it's done, it will say completed. and you'll know it's completed because it says it right there, but it's not. That's it. It's done. And then if it's completed, then you go back and you say, all right, he did it, marked off. And if he has any questions on it, you open that, and then you can add a comment, be like, hey Kamran, how are things going with this? Or you could say, are you facing any challenges? Or you could say, just whatever the case is. That it's all right there just with this completed. You'll know when it's done because they are looking at their project board and they just mark it as done.
Okay, then let's go back to the page just before this. Let me see if we can look at the next one, see if we can figure it out. Okay, so let's say Enoch, benefit point, Chatal, funnel, script. Oh, wait, you're doing it now, so I won't know what I'm doing. If you do it, I won't know. So if I tell you what I would think I'm supposed to do, then I would know what I'm supposed to do. But if you do it for me, I won't know. You'll just be doing it, and it'll be clicking, and I won't know what to do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So if I was looking at this, because I know number 4 has to be done, the benefit point, Chatal, funnel, okay, I would pull up Chatal's board, and I would look up Chatal's and see if she has benefit points on her project board to see if she's completed it. Is that what I would do?
Oh, this?
Yeah.
We don't really have anyone to do that right now, so this is probably a bad example.
So let's go down to the livecast slides. Okay, on slides, I would go to Tina's board, her project board, and I would look up the word slides, right? Creating livecast slides. Is that how I would do it?
No, not exactly. You would open this up.
Okay, go ahead. Open it up.
And this goes to you can see in the file path right here, we're in the System Hub. Because we're in the System Hub, this is yours. I mean, this is a checklist that she needs. So this is perfect right here. What we want to do is we want to copy this. So we go here, and we can copy these 2 things. Done. And then we would go to the
to her board?
Yes,
Tina's board?
to her board. And we would say, ready to start. Yeah, we could say ready to start. Finish up livecast slides. She already has it here. So I'm actually going to delete this. And I'm going to finish up slides for and then make sure that the word September livecast is in there. And I'm going to put this checklist here. And yeah, that's for her to check off. And she would love to work through this. This would help her so tremendously. Right there. It just gives her everything she needs. And I would assign it to Leah as well to make sure that they have all that, because Tina's confused unless she has this checklist. So then you would just be like, send a message to her, be like, Tina, howdy, I added our livecast checklist to this page so you can go through it, please. When you are, as you're making progress, progress
You want to move here?
through the livecast,
Are you ever done that? No.
through the livecast,
I was
well,
kind of like, I needed to move too, but
there. Well, basically, this checklist could help you and Leah to make, this checklist could help you and Leah to make sure you are on track with finishing the slides. So that's good. If you find the system is out of order, please update this checklist and then update the our system for creating livecast slides on the System Hub. Alright, So this is really helpful. She has this, and now it's ready to start. When this is completed, you'll know. When this is not, and as she goes through too, she's going to be checking these things off. So if you want to know an update, you don't have to have a conversation with her. You don't have to message her. You don't even really have to comment on her. These checkboxes tell you exactly where she's at and where she's stuck and what she needs to do still. So it's a really powerful, very powerful tool that I've used for managing people. That has helped me tremendously. With this,
So
go ahead.
when I go back to my my checklist, how will I remember if I've talked to her or not? Where's my notes so I know that I sent that out to her?
So this is
Where
what
do I get my work?
this is what you do. So I'm going to get out of the System Hub, and it says creating livecast slides. I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to find out what is the name of this. It says, okay, this is what it's called finish up the slides. Oh, there it is for September livecast. That's it.
And how did you say you did it again? I can't remember how you came up with that. You just deleted it, but then how did you do it?
Use the @ symbol.
Oh, @ symbol. Use the @ symbol, and then the @ symbol will drop down that it'll have a drop down, and then you choose from it what you want to put in there. You start typing kind
Exactly.
of.
Just
You
like
find what
that.
you're looking for. Okay, got you.
Perfect.
And have both pages open when you do that, so you can figure out what it was named it. Because my luck,
Exactly.
I forget to close the page, or not sure how I would have closed the page. I would have accidentally pushed the wrong button, and it would have closed it, and I wouldn't know where to find it. And I would be saying, I don't know what the name of that page is I just did for Tina because I can't find it anywhere.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my biggest problem.
I would do the same thing. I do the same thing. That's why I need to make sure to keep these side by side. I'm like rarely, if you notice as I'm working, I'm rarely ever working on a full screen. I don't use a full screen. I always use things side by side, and I move them slightly over so I could see what's behind it. And if I need to read this, I'll just click it. If I need to read that, I'll click here. That way I'm looking at 3 things at once instead of 2. This is a full screen. It's overwhelming. Now I'm lost. I get confused if I see a full screen, so I don't do that. I use these.
Okay, I do that. Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm getting better at not closing out the pages that I'm working on. I'm
That's
getting
good.
a little bit better. Before, I mean, I can't tell you how many pages I lost, and I didn't know what the names of them were or they were called. I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I mean,
Don't
I
wor-
can do it. I mean, it's like, it was getting kind of overwhelming. That's why I wanted to check it last night, because it's like to spend so many hours trying to, because that took me probably 2 hours just to send those 3 things to you and to Kamran and
Yeah.
to Tina. It took me about 3 hours,
don't
maybe 2 hours.
don't worry, Diana. That's part of the process. I've gone through it too, but you're getting better. And the key is you just got to see that you are improving. You haven't mastered it, but you are mastering it. And really, at what point are you going to say, like, I have arrived, there's nothing else for me to learn, I'm not, like, I've mastered. We don't really get like that unless we're really proud. But you're making progress.
I feel that way if I could just navigate where I don't have to like sit there and think for an hour how to do something.
So you are getting better. The key is what you focus on will grow. What you focus on, you find. What you focus on is seeds that are sowed, and you will reap what you sow. So if you are sowing seeds, every word you say is a seed. And if you are sowing how stressful and overwhelming and difficult and hard and
I'm
confusing,
not stressed, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm mastering it, even if it does take me 3 hours.
that's right. I mean, everyone starts off slower, but we get better and we figure it out. And you have to keep in mind too, the skills you are learning in navigating Notion are fundamental, universal skills that are not just going to benefit you with the Army of Youth and Notion. They will transfer to every other new project or program or computer thing that you ever touch. You are learning fundamentals that are transferable no matter what program. Even on your phone, you're understanding things that it's a skill that will continue to help you stay relevant for life.
So true, as long as you use it. 'Cause
Yes.
technology changes that fast.
It does, but really these are skills that aren't going out of date. These basic skills of navigation, clicking, finding links, and searching, these are skills that I learned when I was a younger child, and they've never gone outdated, not once.
Oh, that's good news. That's really good news.
Very good news.
That's really good news. Who would ever think that paper and pencil would become obsolete?
Well, I mean, paper and pencil are still helpful, and people still use them, but Yeah, I mean, there's some serious potential here by mastering this skill. Yeah, who'd have thought? But there are definitely limitations with it. There's benefits, but there's limitations too. And it's just a matter of knowing when to use them.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the big thing, and what's really exciting, like, I mean, I get stressed when I feel like I'm not where I want to be, but as soon as you close the gap from where you are to where you want to be, then you arrive. What do? You set a new goal, you set a new target, and you want to grow more. It's like you always want to be more, have more, do more, and so you're always going to feel like you're not where you want to be. That's normal. That's part of the process. But the key is we have to remind ourselves: are we the same place we are now that we were 3 months ago? And it's like, no,
Definitely not.
definitely not. And to me having this conversation with you is exciting because I know I couldn't have explained this to you three months ago. What I'm sharing with you is advanced. This is what I've wanted to share with you since 3 months. It's been in my mind, this is the path and the direction we've been going. But for me, I have to not overwhelm you and just share with you one step at a time. And as you get that step, you're ready for the next. So for you, it seems like you feel frustrated and maybe like things are slow or that you're not moving forward. But me, I just see you growing and advancing and knocking out, gaining new skills and getting better. And at each step, I'm going to have more increasingly challenging things for you. But the fact that I'm sharing with you something new right now means that you've overcame and you've learned what you needed at the last level and you're ready to come up higher. That's exciting.
I love you. I'm sitting here holding my breath. Oh my dude. I've never been so stretched in a long time. And it's such simple stuff.
Well,
It's simple stuff to certain mentalities.
it's simple, but it's not easy.
Right. Everybody has their strengths. This is, there's other areas I excel really fast and really good.
Yeah.
And I stay focused, and I'm like, it's like a game to me.
Yes.
This one is like, whoa. It's like walking across a thin rope from building to building and not falling. That's what it's like for me. It's like, I can do this. I can do this.
Think of it like building blocks, because all of the skills and assets and tools and things that you've developed in the past, those are very transferable. It's just like as you're digitizing some of your previous skills, as you're learning the fundamentals here in navigating and technology, they really just build on each other and they add to each other and get better and better as you improve. So it's all good.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. I am trying to learn how to move stuff around and trying to. There was a couple things. I'm trying to learn the project board, because there's really a lot more assets to it than I realized. I mean, it looks pretty simple when you look at it. It's like, okay, you have a filter, you have this, you have that, but there is so much. Well, the way your brain has to think, to look at what you want to look at.
Yeah, it's true. And God, I pray every day that God would give me wisdom beyond my natural ability. And as we pray, God has promised, if any man lack wisdom, he can ask of God, who giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not. So when we ask in faith, knowing that he has promised, then he's going to fulfill what he's promised us to give. And that's exciting, that we can claim his promises. He can teach you more in one moment by his Holy Spirit than all the great men in the earth. There's no obstacle, no mountain too high for God to be able to turn into a molehill.
Mm-hmm. So, Enoch, I have a question. You know how people like checkoff lists? That's
Yeah.
what I was trying to create last night, so they have it for the whole month, so they know what they're working on, so they're not like in the back of their head going, oh, I know I'm on this team, and I'm on that team, and I'm on that team. I wanted something that they could look at and just say, oh, it has precast, it's the post, and, the day of. I wanted them to be able to look at that and mark things off so it takes stress off of their head. I thought that would help them myself. It would for me, on how I do stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason I was sending those links that way with, on one page it'd have like the 5 different things that they were doing for the entire month of live cast. That's the only reason I was doing that way, so they could check it off,
Good. I like the way you're thinking. This is, think about it like this though. What you're basically doing is, like look at this slide. You see Tina? She has this here, and it says create slides for yeah, create slides. Look at her. Oh, hold on. Let me create this open as page. Look at this checklist. She gets to check off things as she's going. She would love this. But
I see what
yeah, so what I'm saying is our goal, not every step has a, like this, benefit points. This does not have a checklist, apparently, I guess, or something. But we will get there eventually. This is copywriting, and that's why I'm praying for a copywriter, as you saw in my weekly report form. But the point of what I'm saying is, like these summaries here, Kamran has, rather than like clustering them all in one place that looks like this, like I get that you're trying to put these where everybody sees it, but they're not always used to that same format. That like you and I as project managers, we see the overview. This is good, just the information we need, but it's not really the exact same information they need. What they need as technicians is more stuff like this. Like this is literally like attach a link here and do this and choose that on Notion. Identify the teaching points, identify illustrations, or identify quotables, like click, click, click. So that's a type of stuff that they need, and these are found on the System Hub. I copied and pasted that from the System Hub.
copy and paste from the System Hub. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like I have summarize. I just deleted it. Livecast summary. Yeah, I don't have it, but writing livecast summaries. There we go. So the type of checklist that would be good for them to have is this right here. This is on the System Hub, and when it loads, there we go. Livecast summary checklist. This is kind of the checklist that they need. There we go. So I would copy this, and I would paste it. Oh, where'd my one go with Kamran? There it is. So I'd paste it down here. So he has all this checklist. This is, see where it says Kamran summarize, take someone along with me to train. So that's a checklist right there for him to do.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying that it'll help them to know what their duties are so they can do the checklist of it, making sure that they've hit all those points in their, this one step to mark off.
Exactly.
There's always okay. Okay. I was just thinking, like, my personality, I look at something a month, if I see that I have major, I guess it would be too much to have, I guess I can filter it on their own board by live cast, but maybe that's how it gets, so they can find out what they're working on. So if we have deadlines to meet that they know, I'm trying to figure out how like for me, it's not easy for me when anybody puts anything on my project board, because I can't find anything. I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I can sit there and read through every single solitary one of them, and I'm like, okay, now what? I'm totally lost.
Well, yeah, that's because the way that you used it. You used yours for notes, and you used them. You were testing around. You were testing. You were testing the creation of these. Like you have 82 on no team. I hide this on people's. Like this doesn't exist on anybody's. Like it's gone. So it's not an option for them. But yours, you have 82 things here. Nobody else has that because it's confusing. But you're, like, truth be told, you're using the project board. So as a project manager, it would make sense that you would use your project board in a more advanced way than most technicians would.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Because like they'd have one task, but I need to, as a project manager, I need to be able to look at many tasks and be able to look at who's doing what and when and if it's being accomplished, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're
Making a note is my biggest thing, is learning to take notes and putting it on my own personal.
But I showed you how to fix that. Yeah, just put it on your homepage and create a database called personal notes. That's what I have.
Okay, well, look at mine right now. Let me see if can you pull mine up? Let's see, pull up Diana's. Can you pull up Diana's, or can you look at mine?
Yeah, I think so. I forgot where it's at. Oh, there it is. Personal home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So on
Hey,
here,
I made one down here that says onboarding discovery calls right there.
you have meeting notes right there.
Meeting notes, okay. Well, on the right here, this is my discovery call.
Oh,
onboarding
discovery calls.
calls.
Yes.
But I don't know how to set them up yet, so I can put them underneath the title. They should be like in one folder. That I push the folder and it pops open all of it. These are all my people. I have dates on them that the onboarding took place.
Good.
But these are all people that I'm trying to do, and I want to. This is because I didn't know where else to do it. Where I could look at it at a glance, just one glance.
So what I would
That's
do.
why
What I would do is, like, you have this in a list view. This is the name of this database is a list view. If I were you, do you mind if I like change this a little bit and hopefully make it easier?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would add a view and I would label it by table, so you can get a little bit more information. All notes. Oh wait, table all notes. Okay, so I would do something like this, and then I would create a tag. I would just tag this type of information as discovery call. So let me just put it this way. Instead of having a bunch of databases of all your different types of notes, just have one database of all your notes and have a tag that categorizes by the type of note that you're taking or the type of meeting you're attending.
Oh, okay.
So what kind of meetings do you want to take notes on, or conversations or things?
I want them on the the leadership table. I take notes on.
Yes.
And I want to take notes on the live cast, and I want to take notes for the quote card team.
Okay, quote card team. Now, is there any other type of notes that you want to take?
Navigation. No.
Okay.
Oh no. Can you think of any other ones?
There was one I thought of. Sometimes when we have a conversation, well, boot camp is a little more specific. Maybe you might want to like. I think I showed you mine. I know I showed you mine, but what is this? Hold on. This is off subject, but I know.
I understand.
I want to. Oh, it's already gone. I wanted to make a note for Kamran, but oh well. So I was going to my personal notes. So I'm going to my personal notes. So, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I got a list that it says I got a list by business, council, and others. So I have the authors. I have some different authors that I could listen to, and that way I can categorize it by the person I'm looking for. And this does not need to be there. Categories. So my categories is business, ministry, council, leadership, financial, sales, and social media. So those are, like, when I'm learning about modern publishing or content marketing or whatever, or creating content, I put it under social media. When I'm learning about leadership, I'm taking notes and I put it under there. And so all of my notes are based on that. So I can categorize it by all the leadership training. So those are helpful. And the reason I said that is because these are higher level. And basically, you can tell they're not very, how do I say this? Not very specific. Like, it's actually very high level. It's very general. So a lot of things can fit into that category.
So what about if the top right there where it says list and it says business, you have business on the left, right here on the left. Are each one of these tables like listed? You've got this one under business, so if you go to ministry, will it be a whole different one?
Yeah.
Whole different table?
Yeah, so if I go to table, I'll add a view, and I'll say table leadership, then I'll create that, and then it's all controlled by this filter. So add a filter by category, and then select leadership. Boom. So these are only trainings that that have the word leadership in it. So I got one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was pretty fast.
Yeah, very fast.
So once I start using that, it's going to change my world for me. I can see.
Yes. So that's what I'm going to show you. So all of these tags are going to be categories that you just look at all your notes based on that. So we have these tags, and I want to wrap the cells because I like to be able to see them. But oh, that's desired, so I'm gonna take these off. Okay, so all these are discovery calls, so I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna hit Control V, and all right. So now I'm gonna create a view, and it's gonna be called table discovery call. And the truth is, there's freedom for however you want to do these, but that's what those look like. So then another thing, I'm going to try to declutter some of these. You have a list of meeting notes. So these are meeting notes. Those aren't too many notes. But
no, because I have them all on Google is what I have them on.
oh, okay.
This was me trying to put them over there, trying to figure it out.
All right. So a way that you could do that is I highlighted two of these. I highlighted two. I'm gonna hit these three dots just for the sake of showing you. I'm gonna hit Move To. Wait, what was the name of your thing? See, I forgot too. I don't remember what they're called. Oh, you called it discovery calls. So what I'm gonna do is call this Diana's personal notes. There you go. There's your personal notes. This is your journal. This is like the one super mega journal that has all your other journals. Like, have you ever taken journals and you lost them, or like you needed it in a certain time? You're like, where was that journal? Never again are you gonna have to do that. You just go click here and you change your view, and then boom, you have all your pages on that journal. Every view is like a different journal.
Okay.
By category. So that's
okay. So let me go back down to where you were at. Let's see.
The meeting notes.
Meeting notes, and then when you go to meeting notes, you do
I'm gonna highlight all this.
Okay, you're gonna highlight it all.
And I'm gonna hit Move To.
Move To.
And the reason I just named it Diana's personal notes is because I want to be able to. I forgot what it was called. So these are all moving. It's right there. You see it at the top? They're all moving there. So I'm gonna click it. Boom. They're gone. They're not here. So I'm actually gonna delete this.
Find them again?
I'm gonna delete this real quick. And they're all going to be in Diana's personal notes right here. So I just added them here. You see that?
Okay.
So maybe I'll call this meeting notes. That's a new category. So I'm going to add a little icon that is a pencil. I think you'll like that. There we go. This is a new icon. So then what you go to the top, you go to add a view, choose table, and I'm going to call it table meeting notes. And then I created a new view. This new view has no filter, no sort, no nothing. So in order to get rid of all these discovery calls and only have your meeting notes tag, I'm going to filter. I'm going to click property filters, add filter, and I'm going to go from tags. Tag has to contain meeting notes, and boom, that's that.
Well, what's a tag? I don't even understand what a tag is. What's a tag?
No, it's just the name of that. A tag is like it's a category. I mean, you can name it whatever you want to, but really what matters is the property type. The property type is multi-select. It just allows you to select different options. You have all these options, and if I change this to a discovery call, it's going to disappear. Oh no, it won't. If I remove meeting notes, it'll disappear from this view. It's not there anymore. So now I'm going to go back to discovery call, and I'm going to go recover this. Weekly, yeah, I'm going to put meeting notes, and then and I'm going to add this filter too. So I'm going to add a filter, create tag, and I'm going to hit discovery call. That's the only thing that should be here. So you just switch through, and that's how your notes are organized. This is a database. This is the power of databases on Notion. You can do it for anything. This is how the project board actually works. Yeah, so that's that. I mean, if you had more notes on your leadership table, then that would be cool. But
They're all on Google. They can't transfer, right, from Google?
Yeah, you can transfer it if you want.
No. I
But
take them every day on our
well, that's
day.
good.
I take them every day.
It's good you're taking notes there. That helps.
The-
Onboarding. See, this is a page, right? Leah,
I don't know. I don't know what a page is.
this is a page. It's okay. Workers, you got your workers, you got your quote card.
It's a link.
That's a
Trying
link.
to do one for links.
Okay, so that's all your quote card links.
I guess. I was trying to. It's all about trying to learn how to set it up. I was trying to just play around, trying to figure it out.
That's how you do it. That works really good. And
Like that one link right there. That's a big whole huge link, and I didn't know how to get it. I didn't know where to put it at. Like all that. I didn't know where to put it at.
these are all the same link. Those are both the same thing.
Right. Right. Because I was trying to do this. I was trying to do something. I couldn't figure out how to put it in some kind of category. I didn't know how to do it. So it's just laid on top of the desk. It's just an email. I mean a link laying on top of my desk, but it wasn't in a folder. I wanted to put it in a folder or put it somewhere, and I didn't know where to put it because I didn't know how to do it.
Or charts. And another way you can go tomorrow. I mean, if I was doing this, I would, whoops, oh, if I was trying to create a list of links, I mean, we kind of did that with Comron. Well, actually,
We did.
we did, but I know that you wanted a different one, so you could create,
Well, no, I thought I wanted a different one. I just couldn't remember what it was called, how to navigate to it. Like I remember it's called AOY/links. I know how to do that now, so I can do that.
oh, that's good. So this was just a
Yeah.
reminder until you found it. So,
Yeah, until I found it.
oh,
Yeah.
so you don't really need it anymore.
Oh, I always need it. Anywhere I can, so I don't have to, like right now, if I was working, I'd have to go and I'd have to pull up Chrome, and then I would have to type in that where it's right there. I can just push on it and go to it and work. I
Okay.
don't have to, like, go and pull up a page and then pull up another page and then pull up another page to get it.
So, to me, going to Chrome and typing in an address sounds like just the fundamental way of how to get stuff done or how to access a page. Like that, like in my mind, that's the only way really to navigate somewhere. So it doesn't seem like a lot of extra steps, but leaving like random links all over my computer and notes and stuff, that seems more clutter and confusing to me than just going to, like you said, going to Chrome, opening up Chrome, going to the address bar, typing it in, and boom, I'm there. That's the only way that my mind thinks to do it, other than the bookmarks.
Well, this is kind of like a bookmark.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Kind
one.
of like a bookmark.
You're right, it is kind of like one. But that's good. Like, if this works for you, then by all means. Just because I have a way to do it doesn't mean it's the only way. By all means. So this says that you want to connect that, so I'm guessing that doesn't need to be there. You have onboarding, and I put personal notes there. That's good that you're putting your steps here. So
There were things that, it was like, I couldn't figure out how to navigate. I mean, none of it's like I wanted it to be. It's just that I didn't know how to, like, some of the subtitles are like bigger than the others. It's not organized. It's just like, I'm still been trying to learn it. It's like, dude, where do you get these titles at? I mean, I'm like,
they're
it says
blocks.
daily, and it's nice. I think that was on something I chose
So-
to say daily.
Yeah, that's part of the template. I recognize it.
Oh.
You hit this plus button, and this shows you the option of all your blocks. You have a
Okay.
header 1, big section header. Header 2 is medium section header. Header 3 is small section. You got 1, 2, and 3. Those are your only options. This is 2. This is 1. That's why this is bigger. And that's why one's bigger than the other.
Okay. Well, I was just, like I said, I've been trying to play around with it and trying to figure out moving things around, seeing if I can do it, navigating it. And then I can't remember, you said that control is it Control H is for help? Like if you're trying to come up with
No, control question mark.
question mark. Okay, question mark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say the help button really helps a lot. I've used it a lot.
But it's also here in this bottom right corner of every Notion page is this help button.
Oh. Okay, that's even faster yet.
Yeah, it's faster because you click it. So, I agree. Like I use the help. Like when I was learning Notion, me and Kamran, whenever we learn any new program, we just go to the help and support guide. If we want to do something, we go here. If we don't Google it, we go here. And they literally show you every single thing. This is their database of user systems. This is for us to learn how to use their program.
Oh, that's such good news. I don't know why I haven't been using that sooner. That's great.
This is the only thing that we use, and it has the answer to all of our problems, all of our questions, whether it's Google Chrome, Google Docs, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Notion, or any program we ever use, ClickFunnels or whatever. When we're learning a new program, we just go to the support guide, and whatever we want to try to do, we type it into their search, or we kind of look through to see if it fits. And when you learn this is like one of those fundamental like aha things that there is literally no program you can't learn. There's nothing you can't do online when you realize every single new program and website has a support guide and help section.
Oh, that makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't find the question mark. Like you said, it's right there at the bottom of the page. How come sometimes when you're on programs you can't ever see that?
Well, this is just for Notion. The question mark is here on Notion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I actually learned that when I was using Trello, but everywhere else, it's a lot of times like if you go to, like if I go to ClickFunnels.com, then this is just an example. Another place that it's usually always at, I'm scrolling to the very bottom. At the very bottom, it says documentation. When you learn the watchwords, then you'll find it. It says documentation. You click that, and they're called support docs, support documents, and this is it. This is the help desk. This is everything that I need. Everything we know about ClickFunnels has basically been learned from one of these pages here.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. And
well, that's going to take a lot from me. Yeah. Okay.
So another thing is, like I showed you before, I guess there's like 3 places that they're usually at, but what is that? Explore? Search your docs? No, not that. Another place that it's usually at is when you go to help, like their file edit, like this menu, there's usually always a help. So then I just go to docs, help, or training, like one of those buttons. But on here, this is eSword. There's the same thing. There's a little help button, help. I learned how to use eSword because I clicked on the help button. I went to training demos. It says training demos, and boom, everything I ever wanted to know about eSword and more, it was just like, I saw these videos and it was just life-changing. It was powerful.
Oh, wow.
And that's how it is.
Wow, thank you. That changes everything. Makes you be able to navigate a lot faster if you, instead of trying to think and just trying to figure it out, because you can, and then you do 2 hours worth of work and you find out that's not how you should have done it.
Yeah, I don't try to figure anything out. I just read the tutorials or find a system that already works and then model that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So
That makes sense.
navigating. So it looks like you've been doing good with your personal home. It may look messy and not the way you want it, but just remember, there's always going to be a gap between where it is, where you are, and where you want to be. When I go to my personal home, it's not at all what I want it to be. You look at my personal home, it might be a little bit more organized than yours, but look at this. I got a huge list of things that are inactive, things I don't use. There's a lot of these things that I don't use anymore, and so it's just like, it's messy, and it's not what I want it to be. But it's a work in progress, and I recognize there'll always be a gap between where I'm at, where I want to be, but the key is progress. And when I look at your home, I see progress. This is good.
It's getting there, slowly but surely.
Yes, that's how every good thing happens. So I guess hopefully that helped answer some of your questions.
It does. Let me ask you one last question before we leave here. So, with the live cast, so I sent all that stuff out. So I probably not going to get a response back on any of those. I don't think. the things I put on people's project board. It doesn't sound like they work off of those type, like marking what's been done and what hasn't been done. When yesterday you were saying on the live cast, almost everything was done except for the quote cards, but I don't have them all marked off because I wanted to have it documented that it was completed. So how would I go back and do that?
Okay.
Besides using Messenger and going back and asking everybody, hey, and going through my list saying, hey, did you get this done, this done, this done, and this done? Instead of doing that, how would you do it?
You're talking about the August live cast?
No, September.
Oh, I didn't say everything but the quote cards are done in September. There's a lot that needs to be done for...
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Okay, gotcha. Oh, and then...
I did say that about August, though. Or I said that about July, or one of those two.
Oh. I think July was pretty much all except for the parts that have to be, we've got to find people to do those new roles. Everything on that one's been done, because I can tell.
That's good.
The only thing that was in question was there's still 60 quote cards. That was still the issue with the quote card problem. I've reached out a couple times on that. I've still not heard any progress still on any of that. So August would have the same problem if July had that issue, then August would still have that problem too.
What was the problem?
The quote cards, the 60 quote cards.
Oh, no, August had 75 quotables.
There was that many quotables, but did the quote cards get done?
Well, the bottleneck is the designs. So Susie, like right here in the weekly report form that I was mentioning before, these 10 quotables are likely from August that she's working on. She's probably wordsmithing 10 quotables from August. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know. Unless I called her and asked her, I wouldn't know that. Because the 10 quotables could be for anything. She said what she worked on this week, so it could have been, like you said, from August, it could be from September, it could be from anywhere, because it doesn't say.
So we're finding, not only is this kind of confusing what step that she's at with the 10 quotables, I'm talking to Tina, because she's here, and she's gonna clarify this for Susie. So what would be really helpful if she says what source, like what is the source that she's working on, and what step of the quotables she's doing. Is she quoting August? Is she wordsmithing 10 quotables from August livecast? Or is she wordsmithing 10 quotables from a sermon from 5 months ago? You see what I'm saying?
There you go. Yeah, what source and what step?
What source and what
like
step?
Wordsmithing, or she just put them on the document.
That'd be perfect.
Like copywritten. Yeah.
That would be super helpful. Thank you. All right, so Diana, when there's confusions like that, we want to communicate, figure out, ask who do we need to communicate with to maximize this weekly report form. What information do we want to have from them? And Tina's going to talk to Susie about it. I think next week it'll be more clear.
Okay. I would think that we could update our template where it says, what have you accomplished this week? And it should be like, well, we don't do departments, so that ain't going to work.
Teaching point she's doing for the Bible reading?
Months and teams, maybe. What team are you on? And list the teams projects you worked on and the month. I don't know. No, that won't work. That's too much. Anyway, okay. So we're still working on the live cast today. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to figure out where my bottleneck is. So like you said, all those are checked off, but I need to...
That's good. I still have nine people I need to go through on this weekly report form that I'm recording this video for.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to take a break for a minute because I've been here all morning, early this morning, and I haven't really broke it yet.
Sounds good.
I haven't taken my break, and I know you're getting ready to take a break too for lunch, but I don't think my brain can take much more.
That's okay. I was just recording this video for YouTube because I'm doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
No, thank you. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
No, this is good. Praise the Lord.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Bye.
So I've got this Angela, my calling worksheet. I don't know what she's doing with the overcoming satanic shyness. Finish. Did you talk to her by any chance? Oh no, you're doing that afterwards. Okay. Overcome satanic shyness. Finished welcome and first 2 steps of leadership boot camp. I don't know how she got on that. I don't even know how to reach out to her about that. Finished welcome and first 2 steps of leadership boot camp. Finished welcome and first 2 steps of the leadership boot camp. Okay, cool. I guess I need to talk to her about that. I need to go over to Messenger. And I see Angela. I see that you are working on the Overcome Satanic Shyness worksheets, but I didn't see any worksheet being updated on the worksheet database about the Overcome Satanic Shyness worksheet we're doing. I didn't see any page being updated on the worksheet. Another thing, also, I'm wondering if you got my message, if you have been checking your notification inbox on Notion. I see the feedback on the livecast. September livecast calendar. No. September livecast worksheet. Excuse me. And then there's something else that she was doing. Finish your first 2 steps. Okay. So.
I couldn't find this picture. No, I wasn't even sure. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt. I want you to get the car.
Did you check on my Facebook account?
Yeah, I was like,
Where did you look?
pictures.
Can you scroll up? Actually, we have a chat with Angela, so I'm going to delete this stuff. Unsend for everyone. Unsend. Do you know how to check my my Google Photos?
No, sorry.
No. What? You have to scroll up, and you might have to. You have to go to an album. It's going to be in an album. Scroll down, and what album do you think it's in? It's probably miscellaneous photos of me. No, it says miscellaneous photos of me.
Oh, okay.
Glad you're having fun over there, Kamran. Yeah. Here we go.
Can I ask a question?
I'm recording a video right now.
Oh.
Okay. Livecast worksheet. I will have to use some check boxes.
Oh, this one.
Comments. Yeah, and some check boxes and comments, and the worksheet database regarding the general worksheet. Okay, so got that done. That is really nice. I'm glad this is actually a really awesome tool to work through and prioritize things. Wow, it's amazing. Halfway through the Team Leader Bootcamp, first basic AOI chatbot mapped out, ready for transfer editing, mapping, formulation of messenger chatbot team goals. Wow. So this is really good. Halfway through the Team Leader Bootcamp, I intend to work on the AOI funnel flicks, building 3 flows for AOI messenger chatbot with various entry points, Pinterest page growth and automation. Whoa, he's planning on doing a lot this week. Linking of blogs and resources. Come on, do you know what this brother's planning on doing this week? 100 chatbot subscribers? Yeah. This brother, praise the Lord. I would love to know the voice, the AOI's monthly themes for quote cards to be congruent and location. Wow. Do you please read Jason's report form? He's number 7 on the report form. It's really, yeah, it'll let you know what he's working on, what's prominent on his mind, and how you can lead him better. And he's got some questions, and this is some good stuff, brother. That's kind of cool. Anything automation for Pinterest could be missed if messenger chatbot creation takes longer than expected. Wow. I spoke for a church in South Africa. Spending more time feeding my mind on spiritual things, letting go of distractions. That's good. Growing my walk with Christ and being effective. So that's send out 44 personal invites to small groups. Yeah, going at it, Kathy. And I sent out 16. I need to write that down. Actually, thank you. Oh. I need to, Jason's report form. This is good. Report form. I love how he's thinking about automation. He just wants to help with messenger chats. This brother has goals. Learning things about the Bible I didn't know. Checklist as I have time. No, she's not even going through it. Writing graphic design. She doesn't want to do that. Theodora, transcript for February, transcript for December, next week. Wow, she's going at it. Is there anything you need help with? Do you have any questions for us about the transcript of some Feber? Oh, February. Oh, okay. She has a question about that. Are there things at risk? Watching some AOI, oh, who said that? Desire, watching AOI videos from Content Manager. She's so funny, from the Content Machine. Starting to extract quotes. How to leave a leave a review. Carmen, could you, would you be able to send that tutorial to Desire on how she can leave a review on the podcast at some point with the link? Like, when you send it, you could just be like, I saw you want to know how to leave a podcast review. Here's a quick link. You probably don't have to say anything fancy other than that. I'm glad you're working on the emails, brother. That's really important. Jamie suggesting I attend a small group. That's not really a measurable key result, but that's good. She wants to be extracting the quote cards. So Desire is someone that I need to reach out to. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Getting her started. Wow. So here we go. In short, this was not short, but these are the steps for that I've taken on the weekly report form, going through them and using Notion to work together on that. So hopefully that this video has added some clarity on how to use Notion and make sense of things. But I know it was long, but I hope that it will work well. So this was the training, and we will end it here as soon as I figure out how to end it.